Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. And today's video is open collaboration hosted by Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica at the Waldock Way. And by open, that means you can join in on the fun too. All of the information for how to join in will be linked in the description box below. So this collaboration is called the Show and Tell collaboration, and each month homeschool moms get together and they share about one main topic. So I know we've done morning basket, we've done how to simplify your homeschool day, and this month, for the month of November, we are going to share our favorite subject. So when I heard that, I was kind of like, oh my goodness, how am I going to pick my favorite? I'm almost like a kid when it comes to favorites, because I have like a first favorite and a second favorite and a third favorite. I mean, I know what's not my favorite, but I do have a lot of favorites. And so you want to check out the playlist, because all these mamas are going to share their favorite subject in their homeschool, and they'll probably present these videos in a ton of different ways. And if you want to join, make your video and add it to the playlist. It's just that simple. So let's get going. My favorite subject, and it wasn't always my favorite. It wasn't even my favorite when I was in school. I didn't enjoy it at all. But now that I'm a homeschool mom and teaching this every day, it's became my favorite. So my favorite subject in homeschool is science. It's actually my son's favorite subject, and it's always been my son's favorite. But it took a little bit of time for it to grow on me and for me to like it. But I really love teaching science. And I think the reason why is because science is just so hands-on. It's everywhere. It's in the food that we eat and how we cook in the kitchen. It's how things work. It's inventions, it's motion, it's weather, it's rocks. Like, I could go on and on and on. Science encompasses so many things, and there's just so much to learn. Like, you could never learn it all. And so it's just really exciting. It's exciting to see things happen. It's exciting to do experiments. It's exciting to learn why things work the way that they do. And I really enjoy it. I love to see the kids at my co-op. I teach science at co-op. And I love to see them when they react to the experiments that we do, or they make this connection like, oh, I can't believe that's why that works. I never knew that was air pressure, or I never knew that was physics. Like, to put it all together, it's just so amazing to me. And it's fun. So why would kids not like it? I mean, the hands-on, the taking things apart, everything is just so much fun about it. And to learn how people discovered the things that they did is just so amazing to me. So that is my favorite subject. So what I decided to do was to bring you along on one of our homeschool days, just the science lesson. So right now we're doing like a survival school or a wilderness school. And so we're learning some survival stuff, and you're going to see the lesson where we're just starting. It's our first day. And we are learning, we're doing like a scavenger hunt, and we're learning about essential gear for going out on these exciting, outdoor adventures. So I'm going to take you through our day, and I hope you enjoy. So as we got started, we used the playlist from the Waldock Way. She has a national park playlist. So the boys pulled that up on YouTube, and they are watching the video for our first park of the day, and we started with the Great Smoky Mountains. While they're watching the video, they're using the notebook that I made for them, and it's just called like Park Snapshots, and so they're drawing what they would snap a picture of for the different parks. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do, and you can see me getting up and moving around, sorry, is I'm using the Ranger Rick's National Park book, and I'm just kind of going over some of the things that were discussed in the video that they just watched, and then adding to the video. So we're talking about the top things to do in the park, the things to look out for in the park, the animals, must-see things, and different things like that. And while I'm doing that, they're just going to work in their notebooks. And so I'll show you in a second kind of what it looks like, or what they drew. So they could draw the mountains, they could draw the animals, whatever they wanted to. It was up to them. I'm just trying to introduce the parks to them so they can know more about what's offered at each of the national parks. And this book, this Ranger Rick book, is very helpful. I like it because it contains a lot of information along with real pictures. And that was something I was looking for when I was looking for a national parks book. I wanted it to have real pictures. So we go to the Smoky Mountains quite often, so this was fun to do. This is our first lesson. And so now you're going to see what my son's finished park snapshots look like. He did a log cabin, an elk, and a mountain. So now I'm just checking over my list here. Now this list is not things that we have to get done. It's just things we want to get done and some page numbers just to kind of keep me on track. They're actually going to do a Great Smoky Mountains National Park Mad Lib from this Junior Ranger book. If you've never done Mad Libs in your homeschool, I definitely recommend you checking them out. They're an excellent way to review grammar and just it's so much fun. So this day, my son decided he was going to ask the other little boy that homeschools with us, he's going to ask him like to give him a verb and things like that, and they're going to fill it in. And then the Mad Lib is kind of a little story about this little family of black bears. And so after they were finished doing that we read it out loud. And so you'll see them laughing and having a good time. Mad Libs are always so much fun, especially when you have two boys that are 10 and 12. They're going to get a little gross. There were some gross words written in there, but they absolutely had so much fun with this. So definitely check out this Junior Ranger activity book or just a Mad Lib book because your kids are really going to enjoy it and you get to review grammar. So now the boys are using that same Junior Ranger activity book. They have a great map in the front. They're using that map to find it on their map in their student notebook, and they're just labeling where the Great Smoky Mountains is located. So it was just a little way for me to throw in some geography. And now we've moved on to the Bear Grylls Survival Camp book. If you have a young boy, I definitely recommend you getting this book. My son has really liked it. And today we're just using 2 pages out of the book, all about essential gear. So they're kind of just listening to me read. We're discussing what I'm reading, and you'll see them drawing in their notebook. Their notebook has blank pages, and they can add what they want to their notebook. And they decided that they were going to draw on their page the things they thought were essential for a trip that they would want to take. So in this book, it talked about being prepared. It talked about having things that were multi-use so that you're carrying less stuff. We also got to talk about the different boots. I don't know a lot about being outdoors, and so I didn't know that there were a lot of variety of boots that you could wear depending on where you're going. So we learned about jungle boots and hiking boots and just your basic boot and if you're going to be in the desert. So we talked about all of that and which shoe they thought would be appropriate for where they were going. We talked about all the gear and why you would want to have it. Why is it called essential? Why would you need it? What situations would you use it in? And then they're just notebooking what they think is important. And so that's what they're working on right now. So that's really our science lesson. I just want to introduce little bits of things to them each day that would help them out in the wilderness. And then they're going to notebook about it, or we'll do some type of activity to go along with it. And this is a sample of the notebooking page and what was important to my son. So the second part of our lesson for that day was a scavenger hunt, and I will show you that. You'll see a few clips of it throughout this part of the video, and I'll show it to you at the end, and I'm also going to link it down below. And don't make fun of me, but for us, this is about as naturey as we get. We do like to be outside in our yard and go to the park and things like that, but we haven't made it to like full-fledged hiking and things yet, but we're going to get there. I promise you, we're going to get there. We're going to camp one day, and we're going to hike, and we're going to do all those outdoorsy things. But for today, we're at a park that's in a town about 15 minutes away from us. It has a biking and walking trail that used to actually be the railroad tracks, and they were pulled up, and so this trail goes really, really far, and it's surrounded by beautiful forest and water, and so I knew it was the perfect place to go. We were actually able to find tons of things on our list. So we found the tree stumps, and we found the sticks that we needed to find, like a Y-shaped stick, and we found rocks and spiders and mushrooms. That was a ginormous mushroom. I mean, that was huge. Insects, and I think I've already mentioned moss, and we found animal tracks, which I was really surprised to find there. And then I think we needed to find a seed pod and a spider, and then we just spent some time walking on the trail. We had a beautiful day that day. It was about 70 degrees outside and sunny. And it was so nice to just be outside, be together, and enjoy this beautiful space. So if you have something like this in your town, get out and do this. It's a nice, safe place to walk on a trail like this in town. So get out there and do that with your kiddos. And then at the end of our scavenger hunt, the boys just wanted to throw things into the water. You know, what boy doesn't like to throw rocks and sticks into the water. They would start on one end, throw a leaf in, run to the bridge, and watch it come through. And they probably did that for a good 30 minutes. We spent quite a long time at this park that day because it was just so beautiful. So here we are, just heading back to our car. We had so much fun, and it really added to our outdoor survival wilderness experience. I want to thank Abby and Jessica for hosting this collaboration. Remember to please check out their channels and check out that playlist because you're going to see so many mamas sharing what their favorite subject is. Make sure in the comments that you leave what your favorite subject is to teach. I'm very interested to find out what you like doing in your homeschool. So make sure you leave that below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.